Hello there, and welcome back to Plo Cool Brick Studios. This is episode 13 here on the channel, and today I'm showing off my first non-related Star Wars MOC. Once again, this is a project I've had on my mind for quite some time now, but wasn't quite sure how I wanted it put together. And the even bigger obstacle being, I didn't have the one minifigure I needed for this MOC, that minifig being Miles Morales. So with all the hype of the SpiderVerse coming back recently with the newest Across the SpiderVerse animated movie, currently still in theaters, I figured this would be the perfect time to finally jump on this and get her done. We'll start by taking a closer look at my own custom Miles Morales minifigure. To keep things short and sweet for this video, I'll quickly explain the few added details I included to this LEGO knockoff minifigure I purchased on Etsy recently. The first being the hood. You may have already noticed it, but I decided to cut the bottom part of the hood in the middle to give it more of an opening to not only see more print detail in the head and torso, but to also align with the unzipped hoodie like we see in the movie. The other part of the detail in the hood is that it was originally black, but I ended up painting the outside of it with a matching red instead, giving this a more natural flow to the overall figure compared to the original dark red hood that was included. Moving down, the second detail I added, and for the life of me cannot figure out why LEGO won't do this, was that I painted a matching red trim on his hands where his fingers would be to again make it more accurate to what we see with his original character, and I feel this goes a really long way in the detail department. It's a simple but really important detail that I felt had to be included. The last part of detail I went back to include was along the bottom of his feet. While the print detail for his shoes was mostly there was a small amount of misprint showing a black trim between his shoe design and the very bottom of his legs. So I again used the same red to cover that trim and also covered the top of his feet while I was at it to give it more of that LEGO dull molded design look we see with their legs. Overall, nothing too complicated in the custom designs I added, but it really takes the minifigure a long way in my opinion, and I'm proud of how he turned out. Adding Miles back into the MOC, you can see the completed design of this project. Again, I used a 48 by 48 stud base plate as my canvas, and I started with the brick built lettering of "What's Up Danger" and worked my way up from there. Now, this was the first time I had attempted to do brick built lettering, and again, I was very pleased with how it came out. I wanted this to look like it was recently painted on by Miles on the side of a building, and I think I accomplished it very well. From there, moving up, you can see Miles either coming out of or being pulled into an interdimensional portal. I'll leave that up to you to decide. Either way, I was able to create this using a couple different pieces in varying colors, mainly being clear 1x2 studded tiles, and 1x1 rounded studs, and purple and translucent blue being formed in a circular rotation around a clear studded pole where Miles, or any other minifigure for that matter, can be connected. Behind Miles, you can see a backdrop overlooking part of New York City in the evening as the sun is setting to one side and night is emerging from the other. I absolutely loved the palette of colors I had to work with for this part of the build, and it was definitely what I looked forward to building the most when I had started. And I tried to have each building be slightly different in its height and design, all while keeping it simple with their details and designs. And if you look close enough, there's even one of those huge cranes working on a building in the distance. All in all, while this MOC may not be my most glamorous in details to date, I'm still really proud of how it all came together, especially where there weren't really any reference photos used for this build, outside of what I had from my own memory when Miles takes that leap of faith off the building in the first movie, which there in itself was a challenging but fun and rewarding experience. Hopefully you also enjoyed seeing this MOC. If so, and you want to see more Spider-Man related MOCs in the future, then please do this channel a huge favor by liking this video. That is my biggest indication of what types of content you like seeing and helps me prioritize what my next video should be. And in case you didn't see my post last week, we hit our goal of 100 subscribers. I again want to thank all of you who helped make this happen, and in turn, I have a special video in the works to celebrate this achievement, so stay tuned. And if you're new to the channel, or are a returning viewer who hasn't subscribed yet, but like fresh, new LEGO content, then please join this awesome growing community by subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything, and if you decide you don't like the content I'm making, then you can go back and unsubscribe at a later time. Hopefully this channel never bores any of you though, and until next time, stay safe and have fun building.